Let's talk matters inclusion. And here I'm looking at various constituencies. Persons with disability, women, youth. Do we see it in you? What is your promise, and how will you, practical steps will you take to deliver on the same?
I didn't understand what you said.
Matters inclusivity, about women, inclusion, persons with disability, and the youth in your administration. The practical steps that you take to make sure that that inclusivity agenda is actually mainstreamed.
Thank you very much. Inclusivity comes in different ways and at different levels. Inclusivity, for example, at a leadership level, at a national or county or lower levels of leadership, it is one thing that I would support, that we need to amend the Constitution on matters of trying to create gender inclusivity and the other vulnerable groups. Support us amending the Constitution so that we can create greater inclusivity of women and other categories in leadership. That's number one. That's at the elective national leadership level. There are inclusivity at an appointive level. I think that's much more easy. And in my administration, by God's grace, I will make sure that I will meet the requirements of the Constitution when it comes to matters inclusivity in cabinet appointments, in all the other appointments, ambassadorial appointments, and all the other appointments. I don't find any challenge there. But the greater, in my opinion, the greater inclusivity is actually going to be provided for by the economic inclusivity. That's really where my focus will be. Inclusivity that is brought about by making sure that we fashion our economy so that it creates opportunities for the majority of our citizens. I believe very strongly that it is possible for us to fashion programs, policies, and projects that would create opportunities for jobs for our young people. Majority of our young people, we have 4 million Kenyans today who are out of school. They have certificates, they have diplomas, they have degrees, but they don't have a job. That is something that is at the heart of what I want to do for this country. We had already, with my good friend, President Uhuru Kenyatta, we had fashioned a program we called the Big Four Plan. Unfortunately, we were unable to implement that plan, whose biggest push was actually inclusivity on matters to do with jobs and opportunities for business. I have since reworked it with the help of many friends, because it was a plan that we had involved a lot of experts. You saw in the Big Four plan that we had housing. The housing plan was not about houses, as houses. The housing plan was more about how many jobs are we going to create. Experts told us labor-intensive programs like housing will give us jobs. And that's why if we target, for example, our target for Nairobi County was first phase, 100,000 houses. with 100,000 houses, we would actually create 500,000 jobs in the city of Nairobi alone if we were in that program. And for your information, we actually got commitments on that housing plan of up to 4 trillion Kenya shillings. People who are willing to invest because it's a viable plan. Unfortunately, I don't want to say, because we all live in this country. Opportunities that will give us the chance to create inclusivity.